Alright, hey guys, Only Gamer here, back in another video, and today we're going to be unboxing slash taking a look at this device here that I recently picked up. It's called the MS/MD converter, and basically, in case you don't know what this is essentially a device that allows you to play Sega Master System games on the Mega Drive. That's what the MS and MD stands for. So yeah, in case you weren't aware, the Mega Drive is backwards compatible with the Master System, but the only problem is that you couldn't fit the actual Master System carts in the system because the way the cartridge slot was shaped, the cartridges wouldn't fit. So to alleviate that, back in the day, Sega released a device called the Power Base Converter, which was basically a device that you would pop on to the Model 1 Sega Mega Drive or Genesis, and basically it was a cartridge pass-through that allowed you to play your Master System games pretty much. And then later on, only in Europe, they did do a revised model called the Master System Converter 2, which is basically the same thing but specifically made for the Model 2 Mega Drive, because the original Power Base Converter wouldn't fit because of the plastic bit on the back that was preventing the like the ports at the back to go in. So yeah, so those were the official adapters that they released, but since then other companies have basically made their own more smaller versions of the Power Base Converter, and that's exactly what this is. So as you can see from the front, basically this is essentially the size of a normal Sega Mega Drive cartridge, but it has a slot at the top that allows you to pop in your Master System carts, and I'll show that off in a minute. But first of all, let's take a look at the actual package itself. I don't know why it has a Pac-Man art on here. I'm pretty sure Namco had no involvement with this whatsoever. There's a side, just as same thing, MS/MD converter. And then there's the back, basically showing like there's the instructions, just put the cartridge in the Mega Drive, it'll work in the Model 1 or Model 2, and it'll even work on clone systems as well. It mentions the Retron 2, Retron 3, and Retron 5, so it'll work on all those as well. And of course, you just pop in your Master System carts on top there. These aftermarket converters are actually a lot cheaper than the official ones. I paid only about like £10 for this, whereas if you were to buy an official Power Base converter or Master System Converter 2, it would cost a lot more, especially the Master System Converter 2, which is very expensive nowadays. Yeah, but these aftermarket, more modern ones are a lot cheaper. So, I mean, if you want to be authentic, like get the original Power Base Converter. But if you're more on a budget, then this is definitely the way to go. But yeah, so that's the packaging pretty much. Not really a whole lot to go over. Let's open it up and see what the actual device itself looks like. So it's going to be a little bit tricky with one hand, but I'll try. Alright, so here it is. This is what it looks like. Again, it's basically just a normal Mega Drive cartridge with a slot on top. Let's just quickly get out of the bag first. Alright, there we go. So yeah, there it is. Again, shows you the instructions there. We'll play on the Retron stuff. Some pins on the back. Again, just a Mega Drive cartridge with a slot on there, and it also has this little button here. Don't know how we can see, but this is actually a pause button, because what was, I guess, unique about the Master System was the fact that the pause button wasn't on the controllers. It was on the actual system itself. Now, why Sega decided to do that, I have honestly no idea. But yeah, for whatever reason, they put the pause button on the actual console, and this basically mimics that. Now, even though, like, you can play, when you're playing them on the Mega Drive, you can play them still with a Mega Drive controller, it will work. But if you try pressing the start button, it won't, like, remap it or anything. You still have to actually, like, lean over. You would do this on the original Power Base converter as well. It would have a pause button. You would have to actually lean over and actually pause on the actual physical system. And yeah, and this basically mimics that. So that's what that little button's for. Right, and then just a quick size comparison. I mean, yeah, there is next to Sonic 1. Again, just a regular Mega Drive cartridge. Alright, and then, let's see, let me just grab a Master System game. So, I've also got Sonic here for the Master System. Pretty much you just pop this on top. Just gotta be careful here because I'm doing this one-handed. And there it is. It's a bit of a tight fit, but yeah, that's what it looks like with a cart on top. Alright, and now let's actually pop into the Mega Drive and see if it works. Alright, so there it is in the system. It does stick out quite a lot, as you can see. In fact, I actually had to physically move my Mega Drive out the way for it to fit, because, you know, like this bit was blocking it. But yeah, so it's all plugged in. So now let's power the system on, see if it works. Yes, there it is. It just comes straight on. Right. So let's see, I got my controller plugged in. Yes. All right, just gonna play a little bit of this. Yeah, as you can see, it's working. Playing Master System on the Mega Drive. Yes, just a quick bit of gameplay of Sonic 1. Alright, so that was basically a brief overview of this adapter. I mean, it does exactly what it advertises, you know, lets you play your Master System games on the Mega Drive, and it's a much smaller, more convenient option to have, especially if you have a Model 2 Mega Drive and you don't want to pay the insane amount to get an original Master System Converter 2. You know, you can just buy this and, you know, work on any model, work on the Model 1 and the Model 2, since it's basically just a Mega Drive cartridge with a slot on top. And yeah, it's a good alternative to have to the power-based converter. And yeah, like, there isn't really a whole lot to say about it. It does exactly what it advertises. And yeah, like, would I recommend it? I mean, if you're a purist, you probably would rather have like the original converter. But again, like, for £10, I mean, this is definitely worth it. You know, if you want to start collecting for the Sega Master System, this is worth to get 100%, especially for the price. It isn't perfect. It doesn't play the Master System card games, which I guess isn't really that big of a deal, considering like they didn't make too many of those anyway. So, you know, it will play pretty much all your cartridges. So if I had to pinpoint any glaring negatives, and the overall build quality isn't amazing. I don't know where you can tell, but the pins on mine, I don't think are straight. They're actually like slightly off-centered or so. And plus like a little bit of the plastic here is coming off. I mean, it doesn't feel like super cheap, but yeah, at least the one I've got isn't like, you know, it's slightly wonky. Like, if you actually like put it in and then have like a cartridge on top, you'll immediately notice it. But yeah, like, look, it's not like completely straight or anything. And also as well, like, the cartridges are quite a tight fit. As you can see, I've already like scratched it somehow, despite this being brand new. The first time you put a cartridge on is really, really tight. And even when you put in the system as well, it might feel like you're potentially breaking something, which isn't good. But the more like you do it, like you put the cartridge in now and put cartridges on top, it will loosen up a bit over time. So, you know, you won't have to deal with that issue anymore. But yeah, those are pretty much the only complaints I have with this thing. But other than that, I mean, it's a great device. Like, it's for sure like the most convenient and cost-effective way of playing Master System games on the Mega Drive. And yeah, it's just a great device to have. And if you want to get one of these yourself, they're very common to find on eBay. I think I found a few of these on AliExpress as well, and like Temu and like those sort of websites. I think they're under different names, but if you want like the specific one, like, I just got this off eBay. And again, you can find them easily for about £10–11. And yeah, it's a fantastic option to have to play Master System games on the Mega Drive. So yeah, so with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and peace. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, take care now.